Some of our oldest structures stand hardly changed due to the usage of it. It's the #1 used man-made material on the planet and the second most consumed item after water. Nearly 6 billion cubic meters of it are made each year. Thousands gather in Las Vegas annually just to talk about it. What is it? Concrete. Hi, and thanks for tuning in to Lightbulb, a program where we shine the light on one particular subject, giving you a better look at the topic on hand. On this episode, we're going to talk about concrete. As mentioned, concrete is the #1 used man-made material on Earth. 6 billion cubic meters are produced each year, which equals out to 1 cubic meter per person on Earth. According to the National Ready-Mix Concrete Association, the ready-mix concrete industry is valued at about $35 billion. If you haven't gathered it by now, concrete is huge. Dating back to 3000 BC, Egyptians used early forms of concrete to build the pyramids. From 300 BC to 400 AD, the ancient Greeks and Romans used materials remarkably close to modern cement, building marvels such as the Colosseum and Pantheon. And then, with the Roman civilization, the use of cementitious materials died. In the late 1600s, the old practices returned in different forms. But in 1824, English bricklayer and mason Joseph Askton patented Portland cement, which is the most popular material used in concrete today. In this ever-changing world, we know that nothing stays the same, concrete included. Rob Strobel, the president of Lithko Contracting, has noticed a few big changes in concrete, many of them dealing with cracking.
Historically, concrete shrinks a fair amount and hence cracks a fair amount, so saw cut joints would be like 12-foot spacings. But now with the additives that are being put into them, now they're more like 40, 50, 60-foot saw cuts. So 3, 4, 5 times the distance between saw cut joints. And then there's not only chemical additives, but fiber additives like a steel fiber or a synthetic fiber. Synthetic fibers used to hold that concrete together instead of reinforcing steel.
Those aren't the only changes to materials. Ryan Todella, the VP of R&D at Ozinga, said that substitute cementitious materials have become more widely accepted, even demanded in some cases, in the past 5 to 10 years. But why is this?
It plays into the green building arena. The production of cement creates a lot of CO2. If you can reduce the amount of cement in the mix, you're looking to have a greener concrete mix.
Todella said that the concrete industry will continue to see a push to reduce CO2 waste. In fact, they're using a new product called Carbon Cure that actually uses recycled CO2 waste.
You're trying to reduce the effect of the cement production by putting CO2 back into the concrete. And it actually gives you a better performing product at the end, believe it or not.
Other than materials, another change that Strobel has seen is the way that concrete is being used. He said it's no longer just being used for structural purposes, but it's also being used as a finished product.
Architects are getting good with the finish of concrete and using it as an exterior finish on the buildings and internally polishing it so that it's a finished product internally on the floor. If you can accomplish the same thing with one product as compared to two, you're better off.
Both Strobel and Todella commented on the use of technology and how it's improving product quality and productivity.
The various advancements in technologies and delivery equipment has helped us to really tighten our quality control and deliver a better quality product, and also to provide on-demand information to our customers and to even our internal people.
For us, it's productivity. So for our 2,000 employees in the field, we want them to know whether they're winning or losing every day.
It's nice to see that there's finally some technology and innovation happening in the ready-mix industry.
And innovations are happening. A Mexican scientist created cementitious materials that make concrete glow in the dark. DARPA's launched a program that looks at the use of living materials in building elements so structures can react and heal themselves like living objects. In addition, companies are starting to take plastics from the oceans, waste from construction sites or landfills, taking that waste and turning it into construction blocks. Now, I asked Todella if he thought the adoption of such materials was likely. I was a little skeptical, but he was more optimistic.
Based on the improvement of the construction industry and the market itself, there's been a lot more time and money dedicated to doing a lot more research and development. So we've definitely seen a spike in these types of ideas coming up in the near future.
No matter what the future holds, I think it's safe to say that concrete isn't going anywhere. but I am, because that concludes this light bulb. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to catch our next episode, Venture 101. And hey, if you subscribe to our channel, you'll automatically get notified when it's released. Don't forget to head over to our website to see what else Built Worlds is up to. I'll catch you next time. And thanks to our friends at Sage for making this episode of Lightbulb possible.